Hi there, how's it going? This is Colin Daniel from riffninja.com. Here's a taste of what you'll learn on my new strumming course. And you can find out more about it at riffninja.com/strumming. Let's get started. This is a comparison to quarters and eighths, which I find lots of people have difficulty with the comparison. You've got to know a few things and then you'll understand it. It'll be a lot more clear, and I'm sure this is going to help you a lot to get your strumming squared away. Rule number one is tempo. If you don't know what tempo is, that's the speed of music, and it's measured in beats per minute. The tempo greatly affects how the strum is perceived by the ear and by the listener and the player. And quarters and eighths, well, what that is that's the fractioning of our rhythms. All rhythms are fractioned. I believe most of the rhythms we'll ever use are work from quarters, eighths, and sixteenths. I won't discuss the sixteenths today. I'll discuss quarters and eighths because that's a very good place to start, because there's hundreds and hundreds of strums that work off that. Okay, what is quarters and eighths? Well, first of all, tempo is the speed of music in beats per minute. Say, for example, if you have quarters if you have quarters at 120 beats per minute, which is moderately fast, say that's about 2 strums or 2 beats per second. So if your second is going like 1, 2, 3, then you'd be going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's quarters, and they're all down strums. You know, that'd be, say, approximately 120 beats per minute. You'll see all kinds of different tempo markings. Sometimes you'll see a quarter note written out on the page, and then you'll have an equals, and it'll tell you like how many beats per minute you want. You can set it up with a metronome. You can kind of find out roughly. It's just a rough idea. I would say 60 to 80 beats per minute, which is around a second per beat, is slow mid-tempo. And as you get up into the 120 to 160s, we're starting to get in the faster range. Just so you realize, as the tempo is faster, it affects the perception of the strum. Quarter notes can be slow in a slower tempo and faster in a faster tempo. It's not like that eighth notes could be the same speed as a quarter note, depending on the tempo. For example, if you had quarter notes and you went like this, let's say we have quarter notes at 120. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But now we have eighth notes at 60. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. That's quarter notes at approximately 120. And here are eighth notes at half that. The eighth notes still line up with the quarters, but eighth notes are a little different, because when we have an eighth note, we're taking one beat and breaking it up into 2 pulses, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and usually using a down upstroke, right? So the upstroke is weaker, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And so what you've got to realize is that quarter notes can be as slow or as fast as eighth notes. Either. It depends on the tempo and how you're comparing it. When you're in the same tempo, meaning the same speed of music, then quarters have to be half. Or should I say the other way around? Quarters have to be twice as long as the eighth notes, which are half that time. So no matter what the speed is, if we pick a moderate speed like 100 or 120, and we go 1, 2, 3, 4, now we add eighth notes to it, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and now compare them. 1 beat quarter, 1 beat eighth. So 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4. And so what's happening now is that the eighth notes are twice as fast as the quarters, and they have to be played in the same time duration as the quarter at whatever speed you're playing. If the quarters are 1, 2, 3, 4, then your eighth notes will be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And you can have a 1, 2 and 3, 4 and strum that is just as fast as a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a, but 1, 2 and 3, 4 and feels different even because the tempo is different, right? You've got to realize that the tempo affects where the quarter note sits time duration wise. Okay, so let's go over that again. I'll just pick a medium tempo, you know, in between 100 and 120. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the reason why I'm showing you this is because you can get hundreds and hundreds of different strum patterns just from quarters and eighths, even at this speed. And it's good to practice this, like what I'm just showing you here. 1 bar of quarters, 1 bar of eighths in the same tempo. You pick the speed, whatever is comfortable for you. If you're a little more of a beginner, then slow it down. Then go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And if that's boring, then you can speed it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and no need to bore yourself. You just have to find a speed that's comfortable for you to get the grasp of the feel between the quarters and the eighths. Whether it's slow or fast, it doesn't matter. Your speed will pick up as you go. Now the next thing to show you is just that you have all these different combinations of quarters and eighth notes. For example, the next thing to practice would be a quarter and then eighth, quarter, eighth, alternate. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1. Now if you play it faster, it has quite a bit of a different effect. 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and. Now that's just alternate. You can flip that around. You see any combination you can think of in a 4-beat phrase, and I'll change for each bar. Like maybe the first bar I'll go 1. Depends on the song, right? I might go, let's say 2 bars of what I just showed you. So alternate strum, like 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and then maybe some straight eights. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and straight eights, meaning that eighth note strums per bar, right? So now I've done 4 bars. I've done 2 bars with down, down, up, down, down, up, which is alternating from quarters to eighths, quarters to eighths. Then I played a straight eighth strum, which is just down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And I did that twice. Now what if we just loop that and put it together? What if we do 1 bar of alternate quarters and eighths and 1 bar of straight eighths? This is what happens. 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and wow! And there's literally thousands of combinations of this. The idea is not, you don't have to practice this fast. It could be very slow. What I just did could be slowed right down. 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and just pick one of your favorite chords that you're really relaxed with. That's why I picked G, because everybody knows a G chord of some sort, and then you start practicing those strums. You can practice them with a metronome, a drum machine beat, a click track. You could tap your foot like I was doing just a minute ago, but not everybody naturally has a feel to the rhythm, so it's a good idea to practice with some kind of beat indicator of some sort, like a metronome, or a drum machine, or a click track, or drum machine loop that you can find on the internet somewhere. You got to be creative with it. Anyways, I hope this has informed you of how strums can really affect and about combining the strums too, like using them creatively. There's literally hundreds of these strums that you can combine in different groups of 1 bar sections, 2 bar sections. Sometimes I'll go through a whole chord progression with one strum, like a whole cycle if it's a 4 bar phrase, and then I'll change a strum and go, so it might be for as comparison to a verse to a chorus, you know. A verse might be 8 bars, you might do the same strum for the verse, but then in the chorus you want to change it up. Maybe the verse is a little faster feeling than the chorus, or the other way around. The chorus is a little faster feeling, you see. So you could go like quarters in the verse, if it's really laid back, like 1, 2, 3, fourths real soft, 1, 2, 3, and then you need to pick it up. 9 and 8 notes, 1 and 2 and 3, and it could be different combinations of them too, like I showed you. That you have to be creative with. Those are your building blocks. Have fun. If you want to find out more about my strumming and my strumming course, come and check it out at riffninja.com/strumming. Thank you for your time, and I hope this has helped you out.